take it back. Welcome to the first performance of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I am thank you. I'm so happy to have you all here joining us. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn is one of my favorite books. And the first time I came across A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, I didn't read it. It was read to me by my wife on our honeymoon. It was very romantic. And it was such a great story. And the main character is a young girl from an immigrant family. Her name is Francie. And the book charts her, from age around 7 up to age 15, and many scenes in her life, especially her creative blossoming and coming of age. And it's just a beautiful book. And as we read it, we both said out loud to each other, if we ever have a kid, we should name her Francie. And there she is. So this book really is near and dear to my heart. It's also a book that is full of music. And normally when you read a book that is full of music, you have to imagine the music. Today, you don't have to imagine it. We're performing it for you. All the music that we're performing today is in the book. It's either mentioned in the book or it's actually a part of the drama of the book. And we will be including little bits of the story. Not exactly telling the whole story of the book, but little scenes that will hopefully capture the feeling of life in a city that is filled with music. And today's performance is immersive, which means that you are part of it. So, we're going to have a little rehearsal. And every good rehearsal starts with a warm-up. So, if you are able, please stand up. And hold your flute over your head. And stretch up to the sky. And maybe a little to the side. A little to the side. If you know your neighbor, you can just tickle them. And if you know the other neighbor, you can wave. And if you don't know them, just be respectful. Okay, put your arms down. Let's shake out our shoulders. Let's roll them forward a few times. Roll them back a few times. And now how about a little hula action? Get our hips loosened up. Exactly. All right. And then, if you feel warmed up, you may sit back down. And our singer, Katie, is going to lead us on a vocal warm-up.
Hi, friends. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, great. So, one of the first things that I do when I warm up and I'm getting ready to sing is I do this thing called sirens. And it literally is just like what you hear on the street with the ambulance, the woo, right? So, you're going to start really low like this. And then you're going to go in the middle, and then you're going to go all the way over the top, and then you're going to go all the way back down, right? And we're just going to do that on an ooh vowel. So everybody, we're going to all do this together. Are you ready? Here we go. Wow, you guys sound really good. That's great. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you this song. Some of you might know it. It's called Molly Malone. Who knows the song? Okay, good. Some people know the song, right? All right. And I'm just going to I'm going to sing it for you first. You're just going to sing the chorus, right? And then afterward, I'm going to teach you the song. So here's how the song goes. This is what you'll sing. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Okay? All right, that's how it goes. So let me teach you a part, and then you repeat after me. Okay, you ready? Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive. Good. Alive, alive, oh, alive. Good. Oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Go. Crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Great. Okay, good job, everybody. Okay. Now Now take a deep breath. We're going to sing the whole thing twice through. Are you ready? Here we go. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels alive. One more time. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels alive, alive, oh. Great job. Okay. Yeah, good job. Yeah, give yourself a hand. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So there's two other things that you need to know. When to start and when to stop. So the starting part is really easy because you're just going to see me go like this, or you might hear me say, sing with me, really loud like that, and that's when you'll sing with me. The stopping part is a little trickier. I might try to fool you about when to stop. So I need you to pay attention to my hands, and when I'm ready to stop, I'm going to do this, okay? When I want you to stop, I'm going to do this. So let's practice stopping, okay? So we're going to sing it, and we'll practice stopping. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and... Good job, okay? All right, let's keep going. And mussels alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels alive. Good job. Alive, alive, oh. Great. So when you see me do that, I might do it with one hand because I might be holding a mic, right? That's when you're going to stop, okay? All right. Great. So I think the last thing that we need to do now is talk about that right there. We're being filmed, okay? And so, without further ado, this is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Serene was a word you could put to Brooklyn, New York, especially in the summer of 1912. Prairie was lovely, and Shenandoah had a beautiful sound, but you couldn't fit those words into Brooklyn. Serene was the only word for it. Late in the afternoon, the sun slanted down into the mossy yard belonging to Francie Nolan's house. Looking at the shafted sun, Francie had that same fine feeling she got from the poem they recited in school. This is the forest primeval, the murmuring pines and hemlocks, bearded with moss and in garments green, indistinct in the twilight. The one tree in Francie's yard was neither a pine nor a hemlock. It had pointed green leaves, which grew along green switches which radiated from the bough and made a tree which looked like a lot of open green umbrellas. Some people called it the tree of heaven. No matter where its seed fell, it made a tree which struggled to reach the sky. It grew up in boarded-up lots and out of neglected rubbish heaps, and it was the only tree that grew out of cement. It grew lushly, but only in the tenement districts. That was the kind of tree it was. It liked poor people. That was the kind of tree in Francie's yard. Its umbrellas curled over, around, and under her third-floor fire escape. An 11-year-old girl sitting on this fire escape could imagine that she was living in a tree. That's what Francie imagined every Saturday afternoon in summer. Oh, what a wonderful day was Saturday in Brooklyn.
Everyone loved Johnny Nolan, Francie's father. He was a sweet singer of sweet songs. Since the beginning of time, everyone, especially the Irish, had loved and cared for the singer in their midst. His brother waiters really loved him. The men he worked for loved him. His wife and children loved him. He was still gay and young and handsome.
'Tis the last rose of summer left blooming alone. All her lovely companions are faded and gone. No flower of her kindred, no rosebud is nigh to reflect back her blushes or give sigh for sigh. I always wanted to be a real singer, the kind that comes out on stage all dressed up. But I didn't have no education, and I didn't know the first way about how to start in being a stage singer. Mind your job, my mother told me. You don't know how lucky you are to have work, she said. So I drifted into the singing waiter business. It's not steady work. I'd be better off if I was just a plain waiter. That's why I drink. So soon may I follow when friendships decay, and from love's shining circle the gems drop away. When true hearts lie withered and fond ones are flown. Oh, who would inhabit this bleak world alone?
Katie's mother, Katie, had a weakness for any kind of man who was by way of being a creator or performer. Any kind of musical, artistic, or storytelling talent was wonderful to her, and she felt it her duty to nurture and guard these things. She was a slender, frail creature with wondering eyes and a soft, fluttery voice. But she was made out of thin, invisible steel.
Rubinstein, voll grüß
Just down around the corner of the street where I reside, there lived the cutest little girl that I had ever spied. Her name is Rose O'Grady, and I don't mind telling you that she's the sweetest little rose that garden ever grew. Sweet Rosie O'Grady, my dear little rose, she's my steady lady, most everyone knows. And when we are married, how happy we'll be. I love sweet Rosie O'Grady, and Rosie O'Grady loves me.
Johnny and Katie danced when the orchestra played Sweet Rosie O'Grady. Feeling his arms around her and instinctively adjusting herself to his rhythm, Katie knew that he was the man she wanted. She'd ask nothing more than to look at him and to listen to him for the rest of her life. Then and there, she decided that those privileges were worth slaving for all her life.
And Rosie O'Grady loves me. I never shall forget the day she promised to be mine, as we sat telling love tales in the golden summertime. 'Twas on her finger that I placed a small engagement ring, while in the trees the little birds these songs they seem to sing. Sweet Rosie O'Grady, my dear little rose, she's my steady lady, most everyone knows. And when we are married, how happy we'll be. I love sweet Rosie O'Grady, and Rosie O'Grady loves me.
Maybe that decision had been her great mistake. She should have waited until some man came along who felt that way about her. Then her children would not have gone hungry. She would not have had to scrub floors for their living, and her memory of him would have remained a tender, shining thing. But she wanted Johnny Nolan and no one else, and she set out to get him.
Sweet Rosie O'Grady, my dear little rose, she's my steady lady, most everyone knows. And when we are married, how happy we'll be. I love sweet Rosie O'Grady, and Rosie O'Grady loves me. And the child, Francie Nolan, was made up of both her parents. She had Johnny's sentimentality, but not his good looks. She had all of Katie's soft ways, but only half of her invisible steel. She was made up of more, too. She was the books she read in the library. Part of her life was made from the tree growing rankly in the yard. She was the bitter quarrels she had with her brother, whom she loved dearly. She was Katie's secret, despairing weeping. She was the shame of her father staggering home drunk. She was all of these things and of something more that did not come from her family. The reading, the observings, the living from day to day. It was something that had been born into her and her only. The something different from anyone else in the two families. It was what God, or whatever his equivalent, puts into each soul that is given life. The one different thing, such as that, which makes no two fingerprints on the face of the earth alike. At 2 a.m, Francie heard Papa singing softly as he came up the stairs. Sweet Molly Malone, she drove her wheelbarrow through streets wide and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying. Mama had opened the door on crying. It was a game Papa had. If they got the door open before he finished the verse, they won. And if he was able to finish it out in the hall, he won. In Dublin's fair city, where girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. She drove her wheelbarrow through streets wide and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, everyone, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, just me. She was a fishmonger, but sure 'twas no wonder, for so were her father and mother before, and they each wheeled their barrow through streets wide and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive. One more time, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Good job, yay.
The most wonderful thing about the front room of the new apartment was the piano. This was a miracle that you could pray for all your life and it would never come to pass. But there it stood in the Nolan parlor, a real true miracle that had come without a wish or a prayer. It had been left there by the previous tenants, who could not afford to have it moved. When the Nolans first walked into the front room, the piano was the only thing that Francie saw. Katie looked at the piano with dancing eyes. She had noticed a card in the flat below, which said piano lessons, and she had an idea. Johnny sat on the magic stool, which turned around and went up or down according to your size, and played. He couldn't play, of course. He couldn't read notes in the first place. but he did know a few chords. He could sing a song and strike a chord now and then, and really it sounded as if he were singing to music. He struck a chord, looked into the eyes of his oldest child, and smiled a crooked smile. Francie smiled back, her heart waiting in anticipation. He struck the chord again. And to its soft echo, he sang in his clear, true voice.
Maxwell in braes are bonny, where Ellie falls the dew, and it's there that Annie Laurie gave me her promise true.
Francie looked away, not wanting Papa to see her tears. She was afraid he'd ask her why she was crying, and she wouldn't be able to tell him. She loved him, and she loved the piano. She could find no excuse for her easy tears. Katie spoke. Her voice had some of the old, soft tenderness, which Johnny had been missing in the last year or so. Is that an Irish song, Johnny?
Scotch?
I never heard you sing it before.
No, I guess not. It's just a song I know. I never sing it because it's not the kind of song people want to hear at the rackets where I work. Maxwell in braes are bonny, where Ellie falls the dew, and it's there that Annie Laurie gave me her promise true. Gave me her promise true, which ne'er for God will be. For bonny Annie Laurie, I'd lay me down and deep.
A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3.
Sometimes there was music in the streets. A 3-piece band came around once a week. And Francie was one of a crowd of children who followed the band in Pied Piper fashion. The music cast such a spell over them that they forgot about home and eating.
Although she followed the band, Francie liked the organ grinder better.
When the big organ came around, it was like a fiesta. A woman shook a tambourine in time with the music. Francie thought the musicians had a fine life. She made plans. When her brother got bigger, he would play the accordion and she would bang a tambourine on the street. And people would throw them pennies and they'd get rich and Mama would not have to work anymore.
There was also a 3-piece band that played Viennese airs. And if they didn't play well, at least they played loud.
Ba ba da da da. Ba ba da da da.
children waltzed with each other round and round on the warm summer sidewalks. There was always the music. There were songs and dancing on the Brooklyn streets in those long ago summers. And the days should have been joyous.
Toreador, Toreador.
About those summers. Something sad about the children, thin in body but with the baby curves still lingering in their faces. It was sad the way they were still babies of 4 and 5 of age, but so precocious about taking care of themselves. The music that the band played was sad as well as bad. The organ grinder's tune was sad under its lilting shrillness. Even the singers who came in the backyards and sang were sad too.
If I had my way, we would never grow old, and the sunshine I'd bring every day. You would reign all alone like a queen on a throne if I had my way.
They were bums, and they were hungry, and they didn't have talent for song making. All they had in the world was the nerve to stand in a backyard with cap in hand and sing loudly. The sad thing was in the knowing that all their nerve would get them nowhere in the world, and that they were lost, as all people in Brooklyn seem lost when the day is nearly over, and even though the sun is still bright, it is thin and doesn't give you warmth when it shines on you.
I'd like to make your golden dream come true, dear, if I only had my way. A paradise this world would seem to you, dear, if I only had my way. If I had my way, dear, forever there'd be a garden of roses for you and for me. 1,001 things, dear, I would do just for you, only you. If I had my way, we would never grow old, and sunshine I'd bring every day. You would reign all alone like a queen on a throne if I had my way.
Francie had started a diary on her 13th birthday with the entry, December 15. Today, I enter my teens. What will the year bring forth? I wonder. start a diary because fictional heroines kept them and filled them with lush, sighing thoughts. Francie thought her diary would be like that. But, excepting for some romantic observations on Harold Clarence, actor, the entries were prosaic. And toward the end of the year, she riffled through the pages, reading an item here and there.
April 2. Papa hasn't worked for 3 weeks. There's something wrong with his hands. They shake so much he can't hold anything. May 8. Papa's sick today. May 9. Papa went to work tonight but had to come home. Said the people didn't need him. May 10. Papa's sick. Had bad nightmares in the daytime and screamed. I had to get Aunt Sissy. May 12. Papa hasn't worked for over a month. Neely wants to get his working papers and leave school. Mama said no. May 15. Papa worked tonight. He said he's going to take charge of things from now on. He scolded Neely about the working papers. May 17. Papa came home sick. June 4. I got an A on my composition today. We had to write on my ambition. I only made one mistake. I wrote playwriter, and Miss Gardner said the right word was playwright. June 12. The piano teacher gave me Schubert's Serenade today. Mama's ahead of me. She got Tannhäuser's Evening Star. Neely, he says he's ahead of both of us. He can play Alexander's Ragtime Band without notes. June 20. Went to show. Saw Girl of the Golden West. It was the best show I ever saw. June 21. Papa was away for 2 nights. We didn't know where he was. He came home sick. June 22. Mama turned my mattress today and found my diary and read it. Everywhere I had the word drunk, she made me cross it out and write sick. If I ever have children, I will not read their diaries. July 4. Sergeant McShane brought Papa home today. Papa wasn't arrested as we thought first. He was sick. July 5. Papa still sick. Will he ever work again, I wonder? July 29. Papa wasn't sick today. He's going to get a job. He said Mama has to stop doing extra washing and I have to give up my job. He says we'll be rich and all go live in the country. I wonder. August 17. Papa has been working for 3 weeks now. We have wonderful suppers. August 19. Papa's sick because he lost his job. The restaurant won't take me back. They say I'm not reliable. September 10. I started my last year of school. Miss Gardner said if I keep getting A's on my composition, she might let me write a play for graduation. I have a very beautiful idea. There will be a girl in a white dress and her hair hanging down her back, and she will be fate. Other girls will come out on stage and tell what they want from life, and fate will tell them what they get. At the end, a girl in a blue dress will spread out her arms and say, "Is life worth living then?" and there will be a chorus that says, yes. I told Papa about it, but he was too sick to understand. Poor Papa.
Francie woke up in the middle of the night, wondering what had taken her out of her sleep. Ah, Papa hadn't come home yet, that was it. She never slept soundly until she knew he had come home. Once awake, she started thinking. She thought of her aunt, who was having a baby. She thought of birth. She thought of birth's corollary, death. She didn't want to think of death, how everybody was born but to die. While she was fighting off thoughts of death, she heard Papa coming up the stairs, singing softly. She shivered when she heard that he was singing the last verse of Molly Malone. He never sang that verse, never. Why?
She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that's how I lost my sweet Molly Malone.
Francie didn't stir. It was a rule that when Papa came home late, Mama was to open the door. But the song was coming to an end. Mama didn't hear. She wasn't getting up. Francie jumped out of bed. The song was ended before she reached the door. When she opened it, Papa was standing there quietly, his hat in his hand. He was looking straight before him over her head, and he walked into the room not looking at her. You won, Papa.
Did I?
You finished the song.
Yes, I finished the song, I guess.
Papa?
Turn out the light and go back to bed.
Papa, are you sick?
No, I'm not drunk.
And Francie knew that he spoke the truth. She went to bed and buried her face in the pillow. She did not know why, but she wept.
After the burial, Mama made the coach stop at a barber shop around the corner from their house. Go in there, she told Francie, and get your father's cup. Francie didn't know what she meant. What cup, she said. Just ask for his cup. Francie went in. There were 2 barbers, but no customers. One of the barbers sat. His left ankle rested on his right knee, and he cradled a mandolin. He was playing O Sole Mio. Francie knew the song. The music teacher had taught it to them, saying the title was Sunshine. The other barber asked as the girl came in, Yes? I want my father's cup. The name? John Nolan. Ah, yes. Too bad. He sighed as he took a mug from the row of them on a shelf. It was a thick white mug with John Nolan written on it in gold and fancy block letters. He pried out the soap and put it in a bigger unlettered cup. He washed Johnny's cup. While Francie waited, she looked around. She had never been inside a barber shop. It smelled of soap and clean towels and bay rum. There was a gas heater which hissed companionably. The barber had finished the song and started it over again. The thin tinkle of the mandolin made a sad sound in the warm shop. Francie sang her music teacher's words to the song in her mind.
What's so fine, dear, as a day of sunshine? The storm is past at last, the sky is blue.
Everyone Everyone has a secret life, she mused. Papa never spoke about the barber shop, yet he had come there 3 times a week, when he had money, and sat in one of those chairs and looked in that mirror and talked with the barber about maybe whether the Brooklyns had a good ball team that year or whether the Democrats would get in as usual. Perhaps he had sung when the other barber played the mandolin. Yes, she was sure he had sung. Singing had come easier than breathing to him.
Guess what? I want you to sing with me. Oh, sole mio, da 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 da. Oh, sole mio, da 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 da. Da 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 da
The barber gave her the washed and dried cup. Johnny Nolan was a fine feller, he said. Tell the mama that I, his barber, said this.
Francie had closed the door quietly behind her, the way you're supposed to do in a library, she quickly looked at the pottery jug at the end of the librarian's desk. She moved her eyes slowly past the thin green stems and little round leaves and saw nasturtiums, red, yellow, gold, and ivory white. A head pain caught her between her eyes and taking in of such a wonderful sight. It was something to be remembered all her life.
After her first piano lesson, the teacher and Francie sat exchanging stares. Finally, the teacher asked, "What are you thinking about, little girl?" "Just thinking," Francie said. "Sometimes I see you sitting on the gutter curb for hours. What do you think of then?" "Nothing. I just tell myself stories." The teacher pointed at her sternly. "Little girl, you'll be a story writer when you grow up." It was a command rather than a statement.
Francie was 10 years old when she told her first organized lie. Was found out and determined she would become a writer. After Francie Francie confessed, teacher gently explained the difference between a lie and a story. A lie was something you told because you were mean or a coward. A story was something you made up out of something that might have happened. Only you didn't tell it like it was. You told it like you thought it should have been. It was the best advice Francie ever got. Truth and fancy were so mixed up in her mind, as they are in the mind of every lonely child, that she didn't know which was which. But teacher made those two things clear to her. From that time on, she wrote little stories about things she saw and felt and did. Since her father's death when she was 13, Francie had stopped writing about birds and trees and my impressions. Because she missed him so, she had taken to writing stories about him. She tried to show that, in spite of his shortcomings, he had been a good father and a kindly man. She had written 3 such stories which were marked C instead of the usual A. The 4th came back with a line telling her to remain after school.
What's happened to your writing, Francis?
I don't know.
You were one of my best pupils. You wrote so prettily. I enjoyed your compositions, but these last ones...
I looked at the spelling and took pains with my penmanship, and
I'm referring to your subject matter.
You said we could choose our own subjects.
But poverty, starvation, and drunkenness are ugly subjects to choose. We all admit these things exist, but one doesn't write about them.
What does one write about?
One delves into the imagination and finds beauty there. The writer, like the artist, must strive for beauty always.
What is beauty?
I can think of no better definition than Keats. Beauty is truth, truth, beauty.
Francie took her courage in her 2 hands and said, "Those stories are the truth." When packing to leave the old apartment, Francie put those 4 stories about her father in an envelope. 4 stories which her teacher had told her to burn because of their ugliness. Ah, well. Francie remembered how she had promised God she'd give up writing if he wouldn't let Mother die the way he let Papa die. She had kept her promise, but now she was 15. She knew God a little better now. She was sure that he wouldn't care at all if she started to write again. Well, maybe she would write again someday. She added the library card to the stories in the envelope, and her packing was finished. Dear God, Francie prayed, let me be something every minute of every hour of my life. Let me be gay, let me be sad, let me be cold, let me be warm. Let me be hungry or have too much to eat. Let me be ragged or well-dressed.
Let me be sincere, be deceitful. Let me be truthful, let me be a liar. Let me be honorable, and let me sin. Only let me be something every blessed minute. And when I sleep, let me dream all the time so that not one little piece of living is ever lost.
Her brother Neely stood before her in his dark blue, double-breasted suit. He buttoned up his coat jauntily, and Francie saw that he wore their father's signet ring. It was true then, what Grandma said, that the women of the family had the gift of seeing the ghosts of their beloved dead. Francie saw her father. Neely, do you still remember Molly Malone? He put a hand in his pocket, turned away from her, and sang.
In Dublin's fair city, where girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone.
Neely had the same clear, true voice, and how unbelievably handsome he was. He turned and ran out of the flat. Francie went out into the hallway and watched him down the steps. He paused in the well of darkness at the foot of the stairs and turned to look back up at her. Although it was dark, there was a brightness where he stood.
Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cuckoos and mussels, alive, alive, oh, come on, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cuckoos and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Good job. On her last day in the old apartment, Francie looked down into the yard. The tree whose leaf umbrellas had curled around under and over her fire escape had been cut down because the housewives complained that the wash on the lines got tangled in the branches. The landlord had sent 2 men and they had chopped it down. But the tree hadn't died. It hadn't died. A new tree had grown from the stump, and in its trunk had grown along the ground until it reached a new place where there was no wash lines above it. Then it had started to grow towards the sky again. This tree in the yard, this tree that men had chopped down, this tree that they built a bonfire around, trying to burn up its stump. This tree lived. It lived. It lived, and nothing could destroy it.
Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you. That was the very first performance of A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. It was so wonderful to have you here. And can we give a round of applause? There's special thanks in the program, but there's one person who I neglected to list, but is so important, and that is Dina Mandridge. She is the driving force behind the success of this beautiful garden. She was instrumental. Can we give her a round of applause? I don't think she's actually here right now, but she deserves the applause, as do all the volunteers who make this amazing garden possible.
Go, Dina!
Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you will stick around and talk with us, ask questions, maybe get a cookie if there are any left, and tell your friends. It's happening again at 4 o'clock and again in November at the Washington Heights Public Library. Thanks again.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Oh, I'm so happy I did. Yeah, oh, good. Doing basketball? When I was in the Navy, one of my shipmates was a farmer from Ohio. He was utterly